Raphael Varane is back for the Fulham encounter. The manager Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to confirm it, but has returned. But as Raphael Varane made his way back, obviously another player of Man United was confirmed out of the tie of Fulham. Welcome to the United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name. I'm going to bring you the entire traveling squad that obviously went to London to see to it that we face off Fulham tomorrow at lunchtime. And Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to warn what we call the goalkeeper of Man United, that is Andre Onana, on the things that he does that he hates to obviously see him do every game that we play. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Let's cross 100 likes much in this video, and we are left with just few subscribers to hit 16,000 subscribers on this channel. That's why I call upon you to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours, that is the United Matters channel. Now let's start it off with I've gone ahead to pick out a little bit of what Erik ten Hag went ahead to say, because you guys are really very much important to really get to know. He first started off with a lament about why we are conceding very many goals. He said we miss players in the back four, and every time we have to adjust, which doesn't help the routines. Obviously, because if you are planning to obviously become one of the biggest juggernauts in this game of football, you need to be having a known starting 11, and you have to build it onto a very strong defense, and central midfield, because that chemistry keeps building in between your players. But for United, as one player is returning back, the other is getting injured. Now, he went ahead and obviously confirmed to us on how this situation is going to reflect again in a season of Manchester United. He said, Raphael Varane is ready to play against Fulham tomorrow and will travel with the squad. Victor Lindelof is a doubt for the game due to illness. Now, I think you now understand what Erik ten Hag was obviously trying to mean, that as one player returns, the other really leaves. That is the most annoying bit of it, because you wouldn't like your team to be in such a scenario or to be caught up in such a scenario. You would love your team to see to it that they go on and obviously do the needful and have a fully fit squad. And this is where I really see to it that Erik ten Hag is getting the biggest test of his career. All what he needs to do is to factor out a win. That's what he's supposed to do. A win of any nature, that's what you're supposed to do. If it means playing a low block, that's what you're going to play to see it that we really get a win against Fulham. We have a chance to go to the international break by winning our next 3 games. Beat Fulham, beat Luton Town, beat Copenhagen, and we go to the international break. Then by the time we return, I think some players will be back, as I told you, but we are having a very big blow into that central defense of Man United. But for Raphael Varane's return is really important and great. Why? Each and every player that plays alongside Raphael Varane makes him look better. So in that central defense, if you're playing against Manchester City and you're having Raphael Varane, it's obviously something different. Though Erik ten Hag came out and confirmed us that Raphael Varane was out of the game of Man City because of tactical reasons, but that wasn't the case. Raphael Varane was really having fitness concerns, and that's why ten Hag said, I'm not going to play him in the game of Newcastle tomorrow, because the most important games are the Champions League and Premier League games. If at all Raphael Varane can obviously give us a very good game tomorrow and he plays in the Champions League, then when you're playing against Luton Town, Harry Maguire and Lindelof can do the job, or John Evans, and then we let him rest for some 2 weeks as we return from the international break. So I think it's a very good boost for him. Even Bissaka is back, meaning that we are obviously going to be having options into that defense of Manchester United. You wouldn't like to see it that you face a team like Fulham without Raphael Varane. In games where you want to see a must win, you obviously want to be having Raphael Varane into that central defense. And it shows you that he gives us a different leadership altogether. And at least you see to it that a team is fighting when Raphael Varane is on field of play because of his leadership skills. And we all know that he's the vice captain of Man United, and followed by Casemiro with Bruno Fernandes on top of that. So him returning is really great, by the injury of Victor Lindelof is obviously bad, because I wouldn't like to see Harry Maguire play the game tomorrow. You know, in games where you need seriousness and composure, all you need is a player like Lindelof and Raphael Varane playing the central defense. You know, for Harry Maguire, you saw what he caused us in the game of Newcastle. How do you dare head the ball and then you offer an assist to a player of Newcastle? You know, he was like setting that ball for that man to hit it in the back of the net. And that's why if you see players coming, if you see fans coming out and say Harry Maguire is behind everyone who wants this manager out, you wouldn't obviously say no, because how do you do that? Look at the third goal we conceded. It was like him and Lindelof, we are just trying to escort Willock to... Is he called Willock? No. This guy that came from Arsenal is playing for... He's playing for Newcastle that scored the third goal, you know? It was like they're escorting him, and he obviously got shooting space, you know? None of those players had a yellow card, and no one could commit himself to obviously foul him, at least to know that what I'm going to hate to do is a professional foul. I'm going to get a yellow card, but I'm going to hate to save my team. But with Raphael Varane, command is really high, and in these games, you obviously need a player like him to play for the club of Man United. But the worry is, will he obviously keep fit? Because ever since he came into that Man United, fitness has been his biggest undoing at the club of Manchester United. Now, let's tell you the confirmed starting 11. Lindelof is obviously out, because I've not seen him in the list of players that have gone high to travel to London. Onana, Bendeir, Tom Heaton, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Diego Dallo, Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, John Evans, Sergio Reguilon, Sofiane Amrabat, Hannibal Mejabri, Kobe Menu, Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Facundo Pellistri, Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony Martial, Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony. That is the travelling squad of Man United. And you also notice that even Casemiro is out of this team. I'm going to come back and obviously reveal to you in the next story as to why Casemiro is out of this team. I'm going to come back and obviously let you know the reason and how a big blow he is to the club of Man United, because we might see him back in January. The next 2 months of football, he's going to be out. And I think he needed to rest, guys. He played so much football last season, and how you see to it, you see the reason as to why we are really advocating for Erik ten Hag to get in another central defensive midfielder in the names of Sofiane Amrabat. And the good thing is that I've seen Kobe Menu into that. You remember when I was doing the match preview, I told you that I won't be shocked if at all I see Kobe Menu into the starting 11 of Man United tomorrow. Him and Amrabat in that double pivot is highly anticipated, and it can happen anytime from now. So let's look at it and see how things are obviously going to pan out, but we need a win tomorrow. And Ten Hag has gone ahead and really said the following, that on Andrew Onana and the style of play, I don't want Onana to go for long balls. I want to play from the back. Now, this is like issuing a warning to Andre Onana. Amidst us trying to obviously get back to where we deserve to be as a team of Man United, we want to play from the back. And it's like Erik ten Hag issuing him a warning that, why do you always hit that ball long, yet you're having options to obviously find it. And you find it hard for him to find a pass in the middle of the park, you know? And that is brought because of the absentia of Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez was key to the style of play of Man United as we build from the back. Every time Andre Onana got that ball, he obviously passed it to Malacia or Luke Shaw or Bissaka or Dallo. And then Lisandro Martinez just shifted into the midfield, such that we do have Casemiro and Lisandro Martinez into those positions ready to receive that ball. But right now, you don't have him, and that's why we are obviously facing the worst of our start of play from the back. But Ten Hag is telling him, I want us to play from the back. But there is one pass he's not finding in the middle of the park. I don't know why he doesn't find that pass, you know. He obviously goes wide, and going wide obviously costs us. So I really understand the reason, but I think Andre Onana, being one of the press-resistant players, should continue obviously to try it out. But you ask yourself, Is the game of Fulham the right game to obviously try out stuff? Obviously, the answer is no. All we need is go there, get a win, go to Copenhagen, get a win, win against Luton Town, go to the international break. More 3 consecutive wins. That will be music to the ears of the fans of Man United. But if we are obviously to play from the back, we need to risk it all, And you ask yourself as to why things are not going on as planned for the club of Man United, because of the building from the back problems, and Ten Hag has gone ahead to obviously want to play like that. So Eric Ten Hag has warned Andre Onana, but we don't know whether Andre Onana is going to transform tomorrow. So let's wait and see tomorrow whether he's not going to go for those very many long balls. He has been going in for very many long balls that have gone ahead not to be accurate. Though, in the game of Manchester City, I saw him intentionally trying to target Rasmus Højlund when he obviously went long. So guys, your thoughts on Raphael Varane back for Fulham encounter, Lindelof out, and Ten Hag warns Andre Onana. And to be, however much it's like that, but Onana has been really looking good in the previous 3 games, and he has been saving us day and night, So that is it coming in from the Manchester United press conference of Eric Ten Hag, and more is yet to come. Your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out.